Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you watch this week's episode of The Central Connection. In this week's video, I share about Pastor Appreciation Month, the upcoming election, and a constitutional amendment to protect life, and events here at Central. I have read through dozens of cards for Pastor Appreciation Month this past week. I am so grateful for those cards, the gifts, calls, and texts. My family and I are thankful to each and every one of you. Your love and your care for us are much appreciated. Now, I've been meditating on 1 Thessalonians chapter 1, verses 2 and 3, where Paul writes, "We give thanks to God always for all of you, constantly mentioning you in our prayers, remembering before our God and Father your work of faith and labor of love and steadfastness of hope in our Lord Jesus Christ." In a study recently conducted by Lifeway Research at the beginning of the year, they interviewed 1,000 pastors, asking them about their most significant needs in ministry. The number one response was developing leaders and volunteers. And I would affirm this conclusion. Churches are different than a business or other nonprofit organizations. We are a community of believers united in the gospel. Each one of us has a role in fulfilling the Great Commission. So how are you using your spiritual gifts for the Lord and the church? I'm encouraged by how God has raised up some new servants here recently. But we need to be constantly discipling our people to serve. So if you are a leader, who is it that you can invest in? If you aren't serving, what can you do to serve God? As Paul tells us, we labor in love with our Lord Jesus Christ. Tuesday, November 8th, is Election Day in America. It will be nice to not watch those nasty political ads on TV if you're like me. Now, I try to avoid politics in my pastoral role, but this upcoming election is crucial for the church. This past year, the U.S. Supreme Court reversed Roe v. Wade, which removed the federal right to an abortion. Now, this decision did not ban abortion, but has instead left the decision up to each state. In Kentucky, the General Assembly has passed an amendment to the Constitution that would protect the life of the unborn. And we get to vote on that amendment this election. The amendment reads, "To protect human life, nothing in this Constitution shall be construed to secure or protect a right to abortion or require the funding of abortion." Now, to clarify, this amendment does not speak directly to miscarriages or ectopic pregnancies. No, all it does is allows the lawmakers to determine abortion law instead of activist judges. So I encourage you to vote yes for Amendment number 2. To help explain, I've included a short video from our KBC Executive Director, Todd Gray, in the Central Connection email. Monday is Halloween, and I am excited about our outreach event. Trick-or-treating is from 6 to 8 o'clock p.m., so we will need people to come early and to help set up. We could also use some more volunteers to set up a game and to hand out candy. We need crock pots of chili and more candy. Plastic totes are in the sanctuary's foyer and the fellowship hall. So pray that God would use this event to draw people to himself. Have you been filling your shoe boxes for Operation Christmas Child? We would like to have those returned this Sunday, October 30th. You can place them on this stage or leave them in the foyer and we'll move them to the stage. During our Sunday evening service on November 6th, we will pray over these boxes. And then we will line up and pass them out to the truck to be delivered on to their next station. On Saturday, November 12th, we are hosting a ladies' tea honoring our widows. If you are planning to attend, we need you to sign up by this Sunday. There's a sign-up sheet in the foyer, so please reach out to Lori Stanley if you have any questions. The last event I want to mention is the recognition of church members or other family members that have passed away in recent years. During the morning worship service on November 6th, we will read the names and have a special time of prayer. So please send those names to me by Wednesday, November the 2nd. Also, please send a picture if you have one. Well, thank you for watching this week's Central Connection. I hope to see you on Sunday for a great time of worship. Until then, God bless.